We are now recording.
Fuck you.
I I do this like every every time I have to record. I will say when the recording has started, and almost every single week, someone tries
I,
to preempt me.
I mean, but the thing is that you're right. You do say when the recording started, but there's like a 1 second gap there
There
where I can
there
get.
isn't. There isn't because you know what it is?
Okay.
It's I hit the start recording button on OBS. OBS sometimes likes to think about it. Um, and I stare at the button until it says stop recording, indicating that it has actually officially started recording.
I see.
Almost every week, someone tries to preempt me, and I go, nope, you were just a little bit too early.
I have learned.
Anyways, last time, after leaving the cave with the bandits, and receiving the information there, you coming out onto seemingly the middle of nowhere, you all managed to find your path forward, um, encountered some travelers on the road who you passed off the sort of civilian farmers that were with you. Um, brain. Karn tried to hitch a ride with them, but got caught because
Yeah.
people rolled like shit overall last session.
Yeah.
So the rest of you, you all continued on foot towards the town of Garenwell, which you can see on the map there. I don't predict we'll need Foundry today.
Okay.
You continued forward, having some conversations along the way. You did come across the ruined remains of a merchant's cart, in a looked like pit sort of churned up dirt, deducing that there was some kind of burrowing creature or monster responsible. You guys continued until you found your way towards a sort of traveler's camp. Let me go ahead. I'm going to flip to that just so everyone can see it again. The sort of camp that looks like previous merchants, previous travelers have set up in a way that is meant to be hidden and out of view from bandits on the road. You guys had your watches. There were some conversations between Seamus and Ranthor. Before you guys packed up in the morning, and began to head off. That is where we pick up. Is there anything you guys wanted to do this morning before heading out? Especially because I know Arson wasn't here last time, and this is an opportunity to have conversations.
Unfortunately, the person that they were going to have conversation with is no longer here. Cannot make it today.
I love you.
Seamus is T-posing in the corner.
We just swapped places, T-posing.
Yeah.
He gets the
It's
hold
like-
to T-pose.
I'm
Here.
cooking again.
Ranthor threw a rock. Not threw a rock, threw a stick. In
Yeah.
an attempt to divine
To
the path
determine
forward.
which direction. And is now obsessed with the...
The northwestern
Northwest.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics.
Oh yeah, I remember you made soup, and there was a lot of joking around about the soup and how Seamus ate a bunch, couldn't keep it down, and then ate some more.
Mm-hmm.
And then was eyeballing my soup, and I'm like, no, it's mice. Oh yeah, I woke up early to make breakfast.
The soup was breakfast.
That is my
No, that was
grandmotherly
dinner.
duty.
No, you woke up and he made
Because
soup.
because you were gonna take the soup
Made
with
soup.
you to eat later that day.
Yeah.
I love soup.
Yeah,
Soup is
we
good.
woke up, soup was breakfast.
Ah, okay.
It's the only thing I know how to cook, actually. It's exclusively different varieties of soup, some broths, and some stews.
Damn.
It's
Cozy.
the only thing she's gonna cook. I've decided.
Queen.
Egg drop soup? Question mark.
What is soup but not Shadow Bowl water?
What the fuck?
That does not make sense.
Amazing.
No. I don't.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Cauldron brew and cauldron.
Ugh.
God damn it.
Stew,
Where-
brew, and broth bubble.
Where are we?
You are
Cornwall.
most of the way to
Soup.
Garenwell. You can get there about by like noon today. But you are otherwise sort of off the main road. A little outside of Garenwell. You are technically still in the Saunas continent. You are headed towards the southern continent of Dragari for ostensibly jobs.
Yeah.
So we're like a day or two away? Or
A few hours.
You're like a few
A day?
hours.
Yeah, a few
Oh.
hours.
You can get there by noon, effectively.
Yeah.
In theory, you guys could have pushed yesterday to get all the way to the town, but you guys were fucking beat to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I please hope you know that you cut out slightly for me. I
Oh,
heard
shit.
fucking to shit.
Fucking,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
same.
fucking beat to shit.
Yeah,
Ah.
I figured that's what you said. I just heard fucking to shit.
Whoop. Let me lower my sensitivity a bit.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
You're
we're missing a few words here.
missing one word, but yeah, you know.
make do.
Eating.
I don't think Wake currently has anything. Wake is just vibing.
Yeah. Ranthor's good.
Ranthor's good out here.
Okay.
Did we take a long rest? Or
Yes, you did get a long rest.
Yes.
okay.
I think I hit the long rest button for you.
Thank you. I was wondering where my damage went. So
Yeah, I hit the long rest button for you.
Oh, I have to
Well-
do that. God,
But you all continue
thank
onwards.
God.
then God falls from the sky.
Rocks fall.
And says, "You shall not pass."
I think the weather's a little cooler here than people might be used to if you're from Saunas, and it might be a little bit warmer than you're used to. One of those, like, you're in a weird spot in the world where there's a desert not too far away, but also Saunas is generally a, like, warmer area.
Mhm.
But yeah, give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I rolled a 100 on a D100, which was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the
Oh
one?
yeah,
Yeah, that was a merchant cart.
That was wild.
that is kind of crazy though.
Cool.
Yeah.
And my stick detected it.
Yes.
Eeg.
So you guys continue on the road. Only a few hours left to Garenwell. I will ask once more, is there anything you guys want to do on the road there?
Ow.
Keep an eye out for, or ear out, or feet out for tunneling creatures.
Yeah, you guys are a bit more on edge, knowing that that is, in theory, a threat somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
Ish.
I will mage armor myself when we're
I mean, it lasts for 8
traveling.
hours, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always forget to do it though, so I figured I'd say it out loud.
Mhm.
And No, I don't think I do anything else.
Okay.
Unless someone else approaches me.
All right. You guys continue on in relative silence as you continue.
Can I be keeping an eye out for miscreants or
Yeah. Yeah.
people?
What's your passive?
It is 17.
Good to know. There.
Somehow, Fury is both perceptive and insightful.
This close to Garenwell, a lot of the people that you see on the road are travelers. People bringing stuff in to sell, to trade, or the rare few who are attempting to make the journey across the desert. Among which you are included in theory. But there are people, in general, a lot of the people on the road seem to keep to themselves. There isn't a whole lot of cross chatter from groups. Though you do, I think on occasion, would hear stories of, hear people swapping stories of, like, latest news. Maybe recent births or recent deaths in other villages nearby, but also tracking.
Recent death, you say? Continue. I'm not stopping to talk to them.
Recent births, recent deaths. Also, bandit attacks, of course. Here and there, though they don't seem to attack this close. They generally don't attack this close to a town, which does make your guys' situation a bit unusual. Like, you guys may not have been. What was it?
I said targeted. The situation was targeted.
Yeah. But otherwise, a lot of the groups do seem to stay with themselves, and there do appear to be, like, other sort of mercenary folk, those armed with simple leathers, maybe some chainmail here and there, along with some pretty bog standard weapons, accompanying these wagons, these caravans.
I have a question, Jen. We found sort of a ledger in the cave that had some of our names. Could you remind me whose names were on that list?
Mine was one of them.
I know Yuri was one of them, and like where they got taken.
Yeah, Tig was another one that was explicitly named, I believe. Other names might include. Let's see here. Ranthor's name might have actually been one of the, like, explicitly named ones. But I think other than that, Karn isn't mentioned by name and Seamus isn't mentioned by name. And I think neither are you specifically. But there is sort of, like, keep an eye out for these types of people.
Okay.
Along with that, there is a symbol in sort of the papers as well.
Right.
What was the symbol again? Sorry, it's been a minute.
Do you know, like, the stereotypical sort of combined sun and moon symbols?
Kinda?
Where, like, it's a crescent moon inside the sun. It's like one
Vaguely.
it's like one of those symbols, except it's been turned, so the crescent moon is on the bottom. And inside of it are, like, two eye-shaped symbols, making the whole thing look like the crescent moon is a grin.
Oh, creepy as fuck. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a no, thank you for me.
You're not.
That's a nah. That's a no.
Yeah, that's the
That's
symbol.
a go back to hell.
Good, I wanted it to be.
Hold on, Yuri. No, I
reaction.
think Yuri, now, not being in the depths of this cave, pauses, looks at. I'm presuming Wake has the ledger because we can't have Tig have the ledger.
Yeah.
And it's like looks at Wake and it's like, did we make the connection between the Sunbird and the Tidewalker with that creepy symbol?
Did we?
You
I
guys,
don't
I
remember.
don't know.
I don't think you have.
It's like I know that's
Can
not
I-
their symbols, but they're sun and moon.
Maybe. It's entirely possible there is. I believe those symbols, the sun and moon, are primarily attributed to the wardens.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Quick question: the eye, the grin.
Yeah.
You said sorry. Did you say there were eyes in the symbol, or that it was
Yes.
just the moon was looking like a grin? Does it look like the Cobalt Virtues fucking symbol, like the open eye?
No. Well, actually, make a religion check before I answer that directly.
God. No.
Could I
Why
could I
religion?
help?
Can I have someone else do the religion? Please, God.
Wait.
There
can
are
help.
0 intelligence
Yeah, I look
characters
around
in this
and I'm
party.
just like, yeah, no, I turn and I'm like, wizard smart people, help.
There was one intelligence person in this party. You have a wizard.
Yeah, no, I turn
That
wizards.
one doesn't count. That
Can
one
I-
don't count. Let's be real.
I do have
Excuse-
expertise. I do
Yeah.
have expertise in religion, but my
That's
expertise
why
only gives
Yuri, my
it only
my
gives me a
essence was looking to
+5.
Wake to give Wake help. Because Yuri ain't no shit about the gods in terms of recognizing their symbols.
I have a +8 in religion.
Oh, well, fancy pants.
I'll help whoever is rolling
Positive
by being a
intelligence
rubber duck.
status over here.
All right.
I mean, we can just both roll and you choose. Whatever.
I am gonna have you commit to a help action to one of them
I am
before
helping.
they roll.
I am helping. I'm helping Wake. I think Ranthor and Wake can both roll. It's just Yuri was deliberately going to Wake because Wake has the ledger. So, but then we'll realize and be like, hey, wait a minute, hold on. There's smart people in the party. Let's ask them. Went to the religious person and then went, wait, there's a history nerd.
That's a 22, shockingly.
I got a 27.
Okay.
A
Holy shit.
So
19 + 8.
Vestiments appear.
So this isn't any particular god symbol. Even the eyes aren't really of the Cobalt Virtue. Like the Cobalt Virtues is meant to be sort of like that all-seeing eye, the sort of third eye shit. This does not have that same sort of vibe. And generally, yeah, the sun and moon are attributed to specifically, the Sunbird and the Tidewalker. But this is not their normal symbols.
Yeah, because one's the phoenix and the other is a wave and a spiral. It was just the aesthetics that
Yeah.
was reminding me of them.
Yeah, it does appear to be that the symbol does seem to be borrowing, in strange ways from, other religious symbols, but you don't think would be related to any of them. It's one of those oh, this one has an eye, and it's the whole it all connects to the Illuminati sort of vibe. It's a triangle and Illuminati symbol.
Did I see this symbol at any point before, or is this my first time seeing
Make a history check.
it? Oh, for fuck's sake! Why did I have Yuri with 10 intelligence? I can't fucking win. That's a 15.
You get the feeling that it's familiar. You don't know where from where.
I don't think I want to know where from where.
yeah, you get the feeling that it's familiar.
Yuri's just I can't doing this expression as they walk.
Is there a reason why you were asking, Yuri? Oh, okay.
I mean, for a mix
I
of
think
things,
I know
partly.
what that gesture means.
Oh, you do? You can you can understand gestures of bullshit?
It looked to be a cross between I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, no, I mean that's correct. It was also the you know,
Sarcasm.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
kinda. But also like, when there's symbols that are invoking two gods that kind of fucked off. Not always great if they're kidnapping magical people. Kind of gives a vibe of like, I don't know, forcibly being like, we're gonna get them back somehow. I don't know, man. Like, why else
Oh,
would you go target specifically like
so
magical
cult
people?
stuff.
Yeah, cult
Yeah.
stuff.
We're not
Hmm.
here for the cult stuff.
Please, no, I am not here for the cult stuff. Not again.
Again? Are you alright?
Yeah. No. That's kind of what led to Mesra getting Yoinketh, is I was fucking around and finding out, pissed off a group of religious nut jobs, and then they decided to come after me and got to Mesra first.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
concerning.
That's why the symbol kind of looks familiar in that capacity. So, not a great sign.
Hmm. I wish there was a way to talk to her and see if she was alright.
You
Says the cleric.
don't you have don't I swear I remember clerics having the sending spell.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Scary fucking face palms.
I don't have it prepared though, so that'll have to be a tomorrow thing. Let me write it down really quick so I don't forget though. Wig will take out like
Yuri
another
looks about 5 seconds from both crying from joy and crying from just anguish of just, oh my god. No. No, this is our cleric.
Surprised I got to do that joke so soon. Alright, I wrote it down, so when I do my journaling tonight, that should remind me well for tomorrow.
Want like a wake up alarm of when I get up first with the crack of the dawn, just like kind of poke you, perch on your shoulder like a parrot and go, remember the sending spell, wake.
Well, for in town, I'd prefer if you didn't enter my room. Just knock a bunch of times. And maybe slip a
Perch on
note
your
under the
windowsill like a
door?
bird.
Don't do that, please. I usually have, well, if there are curtains, I would have them closed.
I can shut the window. Yuri is not talking quietly. So fucking Karn and Ranthor can 100% hear him say, "I could just perch on your window and knock on the panes." Like out loud. In a seemingly
That could also work, although why do that when they're perfectly good stairs?
just fuck him. What have stairs ever done to be useful?
They lift you up.
You have to lift yourself up those fucking stairs.
They also let you
usually
down.
fuck stairs.
See? They also let you down.
They're never gonna give you up, though.
Cursed.
Well, I'm going to spite gravity by hanging on the windowsill and knocking on that window pane.
Don't do it too hard.
Remind me.
Otherwise, I think you'll find out the namesake.
Did you tell me how you wished your body to be interred upon your untimely demise?
I did, yeah. For you to cremate me and then sprinkle my ashes over a shrine to the spiteful heart with a middle finger as you do so.
Ah, okay. Yes, yes, I remember now.
And then, well, a
Just
little
in
bit then
case
on
you
the Mother
fall and
Dragons.
reconnect.
Or the Mother Dragon's shrine. Like, just a sprinkle. But
Mhm,
most of it to the spiteful heart.
I can do that.
And do you do post-mortem requests? Like, yeah, my body's been interred and everything. Could you just go flip off the, like, fucking bitch of a motherfucker that's the frigid bane?
Sure.
Cool.
I don't see why not. And like Wake like goes down, like flips maybe to like the page, or like looks around in like the really big book, and just like scribbles a few more notes under your name.
Yeah, because I remember you had asked me when right after you had gotten your journal, but the guy have now given more detail. It was a very few specific requests.
I feel like I need to do like a Google Doc for everyone just
think
because
you
it's
do.
funny. I think I do.
Because then you could pull up all of our characters and then all the NPCs that we meet that you ask.
Oh my god, wait, that's actually so funny. On God, I'm gonna do that.
Oh god. That's fun.
This is
If nothing else, it will
This-
be a neat list of the people we've met.
this is a
Yeah.
weird form of note taking.
Don't worry about it. It's all in character.
So we met Jerry and Gary. They're brothers. They don't want to be buried next to each other.
Good times. Okay.
Oh no, Yuri is going to. I'm going to carry along this small talk for the entire session because fuck you.
It's
Yuri
like,
now.
so we went to such and such, and we met so and so, and they want to be cremated this way, and then just Wake being asked, "What have they been
Well-
up to so far?"
Okay, well, you say that. If you ask like about
No.
anything, Wake will flip a
No.
few pages back.
No, Yuri
It-
will go and look and ask how Mesra wanted to be interred.
Probably flips like 3 pages back and like lists it
3?
out
Damn.
maybe. But no, if there's like at any point Wake flips like a large number of pages in this very like it's like 4 inches thick, this leather bound tome. It doesn't look like there are any more or less pages on one side or the other.
I imagine it's like this giant, like, in registry book of just like
Wrong.
people. who
You're not
want-
wrong.
Yeah.
But the pages it doesn't. Hmm.
Jeez.
The book never seems to get any further into the book other than like the middle of the book.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
fancy.
That's such a fucking cool book. 2 things. One, Yuri is genuinely kind of asking, like, oh, did Mesra answer the question? Like,
I
how
open
she
my
wanted to be
mouth in the
interred.
voice of God.
God
Oh my
comes out.
God.
And it works
like-
this time because it's a
I
cleric.
feel like I need to put my foot down on this fucking joke.
I mean,
Okay,
Mesra would know the best.
Okay, but also I'm not gonna speak for Mesra.
Yeah. Mesro.
I can't.
You can
I can't.
you can
speak
flip
for
to
I can
the
speak.
book and find the entry you put in there from Ezra. And let me see here. Let me think.
I have an idea, but it's also not my character.
I have an idea that's probably in character.
I think the I don't know if I'm trying to think here. She might not have given an answer. It might have been like one of those what the fuck? Why would I need to think about that?
Yeah.
Give me a little bit. I'll give me some time. I'll get an answer for you.
Okay, but
Oh
there's
my god, that's
like
how
the
you start the
Mesra's name.
sending tomorrow? So you never reached back to me about that question. How do you want to be interred when you die?
Also,
No,
I'm gonna say what Wake says because I joked about it to Jen, and I think it's funny. But yeah.
well,
All right.
sorry. In character for Mesra, I should
Mhm.
preface. I don't know about Tag or Wake or whatever, and that possibly, but at least in the terms of Yuri, some sort of like plush or like figurine that represents Mesra to
No.
just look over
No.
the resting spot of Yuri.
That most certainly would not be what they would say.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
You're not.
No,
You're
my
not
thought
going to
was like
be the
buried in a
stray.
field in a garden to be nourishment for like medical herbs and flowers.
Mm.
Oh, my thought was actually I can't say that out loud because
I thought
that
you
is
would
spoilers.
always
I'm
just
gonna
be
put it in a
looking
gray
over
way.
Yuri for the rest of your days, as
For
you did in life.
there, there is of course like backend information you never learned about Mesra. You
Yeah,
never
that's
got
true.
that. No, that would not be what they would say.
I can imagine that would be the original. Please just
All right.
fucking Benton and Yuri. Hi. And Mesra continuously in the afterlife is like, no, don't haunt these people. No, no, no.
That's implying that Yuri would let Mesra die.
Fair.
I am going to pull us back
Okay.
into the game.
Yes.
Yes. I'm glad you
I'm
both
very-
thought that was funny though.
Yeah, no, it was very funny. Yuri will then saunter up to Ranthor and be like, "So how long have you been a
What?
Been a what? Sorry,
How
you
long-
cut off at the last word.
Yeah.
wizard?"
200 plus years? At least?
I don't really have anything else to say. I just was curious, but like,
Yeah.
if you've been a wizard for 200 years, how the
I'm
hell did
325
you get
years old.
jumped?
I honestly don't understand. I was browsing, looking at a shop for materials on research, and then the, the next thing I know, there's a bag over my head, and continued to talk to them and that, and tell them about my research and that, and my new findings and that. And then they put the they gagged me for whatever reason,
That's
and
very
then
rude.
Yeah, honestly, the most rude thing to do to someone that's telling you their special interest. Right,
Yeah.
Karn?
Car can't come to the phone right now.
She literally is like knitting and goes, "What?"
I was trying to pull you into the conversation, and be polite about it. But now I'm pulling you into the conversation.
I set down
Please?
the needles. And I come and sit there, but I don't say shit.
You are
Are you
walking.
walking or sitting?
You
You're
are walking.
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 Oh wait, sorry, I'll come and be next to them. My apologies. I keep forgetting that we gave the carriage to the villagers. I keep forgetting that we gave it to the villagers.
Yeah, you
You're
guys,
knitting
you
and
guys are
walking?
not.
Holy crap.
Okay,
I
that doesn't
know, I
surprise
know.
me.
Sorry,
Knitters are
it
kind of nuts.
literally.
No, I'm
Mhm.
When you get
I'm
going,
not saying it's impossible.
going.
I'm just like, holy
No,
crap.
knitters 100% can knit and walk.
Mhm.
Fucking insane.
Impressive.
But yeah, you walk up next to them as you get forcibly pulled into the conversation.
Stand there menacingly.
I mean,
Hello.
the conversation was about how rude it was for them to have gagged Ranthor as he was telling them about his research. Because I had asked how long he'd been a wizard, and that's about the conversation you've missed. Oh,
I
and the
see.
stuff about the ledger that was found in the cave, but
Well, at least it's interesting.
so what do you do?
I adventure.
That sounds fun.
It is. I'm
Where have you
from
been?
I'm from the other plane, so until
Oh,
recently, my adventures have been limited to there.
As am I.
Oh, interesting. What's it like over there?
yeah, I've never been over there.
Better.
What do you mean better?
It's less hot.
Maybe. Maybe we're near a desert. Doesn't the other plane
Not
have deserts?
none that
Eh,
I've been to, but probably yes.
Whereabouts are you from?
I am from Svittelhed. It's a small colony near a deep gnome settlement underground. I just came up with that, by the way. Sorry,
Please,
Jen.
please send that to me.
I don't
send
even
that to
know
me,
how
'cause
I'm going to spell that.
Please send that to me
If you
because I have to
do,
make the map.
none of us
Right there.
remember how to say that. If
Yeah,
you
it's
do not write it
Svartalheim.
down in some
Basically mumbled Svartalheim.
No, I used fear from the word from for gnome, like Svirfneblan, and then I said Svirfne Svirfenheim. There we go.
Thank you.
Somewhere in Adelion.
Sure.
Thank you. If someone did not write that down, there was absolutely 0% chance that we would remember what you would say, what you would have said.
Yeah, that's very fair. I truly didn't think to pick a town from your map. I truly just forgot.
Well, that's not even the whole map, bestie. There's more map that I need to make.
Yeah.
You're the map. You're the map.
You're the motherfucking map.
Oh, is it from? Are you on the? This is me now, not fucking remembering my shit, cause fuck
Meanwhile,
me.
Yuri and Ranthor are just happily over here, like, we don't know what the fuck Adelion looks like.
Nope. I mean, probably heard stories. Maybe in passing, very vaguely. I was focused on research too much.
Yuri just barely fucking remembers this continent, man.
Seth based remembers what this continent is and what's.
Are you from Kaforis? That's the big continent. I should probably
Assumedly.
copy paste.
I'm willing to say yes if Jenica thinks it's not wrong.
Eventually, I will make the rest of the map. I'm so
My
sorry.
my
No, I never
approach
picked a place either.
my
Like
my
I didn't
approach to
look.
this sort of thing is that if you tell me, hey, I'm from X village, I will be like, okay, let's put that on the map somewhere. It's one of those, like, you don't have to pick stuff that is on the map. If you just, because it's one of those things where a lot of times these maps, smaller villages or smaller townsteads are not marked, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
fair.
figure out where to put it in. Moss will figure out where to put it in if they want to do that.
I've been wanting to make the rest of the world map for a while now. I just
Yeah.
haven't had time.
So don't feel beholden to, like, the towns you
Gotcha.
see.
Let me copy paste the map. You can just keep talking. I'm doing.
So what made you come over here?
I ran out of places to visit.
Fair enough on it. Fair enough
Yeah.
on that.
I'm 130.
Oh, you're a baby.
So you were
that is
30
rather
when
old.
the portal opened?
that is old for a gnome. It's middle aged for a gnome, I should say.
Yeah,
I mean,
I look to
Yuri's
be in my
response was,
mid
"That's a
40s.
baby."
I know.
Yuri was like, "You're a baby."
That's why I started laughing.
Wait, I thought that was about middle age for gnomes.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
It is.
Oh. Why did you say that?
What?
Why did you
I
say
am an
that?
asshole and she is small.
That you were very old.
Oh. I guess
No,
that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't.
Who were you addressing when you said? Why did you say that?
I was addressing Yuri of why did
Oh,
Yuri
okay, never
call
mind.
Karn a baby when
Oh,
they are middle
And
aged?
and the response was, she is short and he is an asshole.
And then
okay.
my response was, "Oh, I guess that
Oh.
makes sense."
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I can't even try to argue because I said it myself.
Fair.
Any family? This is directed at everyone. Everyone, family,
Yep.
kids.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, no children. I don't think.
Mom and
So we
dad.
got a yes and a yes about family,
Dad.
but no kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
My parents might be dead. I don't know. But my grandparents are dead.
Don't know about my grandparents. Do know about parents.
We're the opposite.
Yeah.
Wow.
Inversion.
Inversion.
Conversion.
Siblings?
Convergent.
Wait,
No, wait.
Karn, you said
Wait.
yes to family.
Yeah. I have a father.
Okay.
I had a mother when I was younger.
I am sorry for your loss.
It was a very
You-
long time ago.
Are all of you only children? No siblings?
As far as I'm aware.
Yes. It's pretty rare for
mean-
gnomes to have multiple children.
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. Last time I checked in, no, don't think so. We 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 tend to be long-lived, so like it's kind of the thing of like maybe 1, 2 children, maybe two.
That explains so much about both of you.
I mean, mind you, I don't sit there and be like, "Hey, mom, dad, when am I gonna get a sibling?" Like,
You
but
seem
they
a little
choose to
old for that.
decide. They choose to decide if they're not bugging me and asking me, grandchildren when. I don't think I have a right to be like, "Hey, sibling, when?"
Do you have any siblings or parents, Yuri?
Oh, yeah, I have 2 brothers and a mom. They're currently ignoring me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sounds like a sitcom show.
Well, I'm glad to
Like
know my
everyone hates
misfortune
Chris.
is I'm glad
So
to know my misfortune is funny. Fuck you, boss.
it's just the way it was presented. 2 brothers and a mom.
Are we making sitcoms canon in this world?
Radio.
I whispered everyone
Radio
hates Chris,
show.
but that's a
Hey,
terrible
that's
show.
fair, actually. Sitcoms were real on radio first.
Yeah, do we have
so
radios?
Not
I
yet.
bel-
Not yet.
not yet. Okay.
Wow,
I
in
am
a deadly on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well,
In the better universe.
I do want to point out again that we are in the past for Moss's
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
also, Kairosia would be the one to have to get technology first.
yes.
That's me.
Now there might be a magic radio equivalent eventually in Idelion.
Yeah,
Infinite
okay.
sending.
Maybe kind of now. Meh.
Maybe,
We're
maybe
not
It's,
in
gonna,
another 100 years.
It's a
we're not
network.
gonna go.
It's like a network of like specialized sending stones, but they're kind of really expensive because again you have to enchant them.
Morse code. It's the Morse code stuff.
Oh, there we go.
It's
Yeah,
That came before radios.
they're telegrams.
You see
Yeah.
it more in cities, and it's like,
Or-
and now the weather. Sort
And
of a
like
deal.
military organizations have the telegrams, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there'd be
Yeah.
telegrams in Kairosia as well.
Either that or it's like a
Telegram sitcoms.
no.
Honey, why didn't you make my dinner? Stop.
Beep 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 beep.
If that's too
You
like that's too
Are a bitch.
too far in advance for radio, and that like maybe some
Theater?
Be a funny
theater
No,
story.
troops.
we can keep the sitcom joke. This is some Saturday bullshit where somebody goes Jesus Christ and I go, are we making Jesus Christ canon? And they're like,
That's my fault.
I made fucking I made calzones canon to the Feywild.
yeah, this is
I'm gonna have
And-
sitcoms.
Trampoline hurts.
this is a
Let's
bit
be a
I'm
theater
doing.
troop.
This is the bit I'm doing. You say sitcom, I go, are we making sitcoms canon? This is the bit. We can keep the sitcom joke.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to retcon it.
No, I'm just saying instead of like a radio, it
Yeah.
could be a theater troupe that does weekly productions, and it's somewhat serialized.
Something like a sitcom exists in some capacity, enough to make
Yeah.
the joke.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
Wow, thanks for
I'm
finding
gonna
my
wake up.
misfortune.
I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat trying to figure that out.
Theater
Just make
troupe.
it a serialized like magazine like print issue.
Like Pulp Fiction.
All right,
Yeah.
we're moving
Yeah.
on from this joke. You can continue with the roleplay.
But yeah, I guess I'm the only one with
fourth wall
siblings
slowly
since
crumbling.
Seamus and Tig are currently snorting mustard seed over in the corner.
All right, Seamus. Fucking shit. I forgot about that.
They'll come to eventually. I'm
Oh,
sure
they'll get out of the
fine.
mustard high eventually.
Mustard. Not even once.
Just
Oh.
standing there menacingly T-posing and snorting mustard seed.
Someone put that into
Snorting
quotes,
mustard
please.
seed off each other's T-posed arms.
Somebody put standing there T-posing menacingly snorting mustard seed into quotes, please.
Please,
Funny
please.
as shit.
Oh my
I got you, Jen. I got you, Jen.
god.
I mean, when it all just falls into your lap, and you need to combine, you combine.
Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Horrendous.
It's just the out of context to that.
Yeah.
It's not even ground mustard. It's just mustard seed.
Zach
Yep.
didn't answer when we asked if it was ground mustard or mustard seed, so we're rolling with the funnier
I think
option.
they did, and I think they said it was seed.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the funnier option. So
Anyways,
I
we're gonna get back to the roleplay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Peak roleplay, guys. We'd love to see it.
I don't know what they're doing. The joke is they're T-posing while snorting fucking mustard seed, but they're probably just having a conversation behind us or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Or they're ahead of us or something, or Seamus has fucking creeped off and Tig's ahead of, like, discounting. I don't know.
I am just so used to my players in no matter what game running off with a joke. And I have to pull
Yep.
everyone in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Yuri,
We yes and a little too hard sometimes.
yeah, it's
If
good.
it makes
Just
you feel better, Yuri, my parents ignore me as well.
I don't. You just said you think your parents might be alive or dead. You don't know, which implies you don't know, which means they can't possibly be ignoring you unless they fake their deaths.
I don't know.
In which case, oof, that's a hell of a way to ignore someone.
Like, do you not know because you just haven't seen them, or do you not know because there was no body?
Well, don't really remember their faces. I was a very young child when I was put into my grandparents' care. And then, other than that, I've never seen them again.
I wouldn't really call that ignoring. I'd call that abandonment.
I feel like that could also be classified as a kind of ignoring.
No, you're right. You're right. Mine are actively ignoring me, though.
I'm sorry. Does anyone want to know how Goliaths inter their people?
Please save us from this conversation. Yes.
And Wake will open their mouth and just start kind of going off about like different Goliath tribes and how they inter their dead
Yeah.
and like the rites that they use as sort of a way to fill the silence. The very, very uncomfortable silence.
Yeah.
Mm.
And from there we can, well, I did roll something a little bit fun on an encounter table.
Amazing.
Yay!
Some
Oh, I can't.
random worm comes up and says hello,
Not
and then
a
it goes back down.
not a combat, because I am not prepared for a combat.
No. I said
Thank
a
God.
worm, like a normal worm, just comes up and says hello, and then goes back down.
Tig, Yuri,
That's
would
an
you still
encounter.
love me if I turned into a worm?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God. No.
A worm?
No.
A worm.
Mitch, are you completely ignorant about this, or
A worm?
yes?
No, that's part of the meme. That's
Worm.
part of the joke.
A worm.
Is saying "oh worm" as a oh
Yeah.
man.
But
A wee back in the mud.
not too far outside of Garenwell. I think at this point you can start to see their eastern wall in the distance. You can some of you see some people like sort of taking a moment to pull off from the side and approach what looks like just a little shrine.
I
Shrine
would
of
like to
Approach
go.
the
what
shrine.
deity?
I would like to go see the shrine.
I would also like to go see the shrine.
It's nothing hugely fancy. It does appear to just be like a small little carved or like carved stone square in the ground. So there are like a riot of wildflowers right around the outside of it. And various small little offerings of bits of food, some flowers, maybe some like kids have picked, and other bits like that. As this appears to be a shrine to like local sort of nature spirits.
Spirits?
If you want, you can
Freaking
make me a history
rancors
check.
all over on that.
Yuri's gonna just kind of crouch and kneel next to the shrine and like in an act that probably does not suit the image y'all have for him, dutifully like leaves an offering and like if there's incense lights a little bit of it, and then like genuinely like kind of gives a silent prayer to like the nature spirits that are being respected here.
But Ranther, if you want to make me a religion check, you can.
Kind of just prays for safe travel.
While that's happening, I think Wake will pull out like a few
19.
candles and use thaumaturgy to light them.
Yeah. You, the two of you spend some time, just leaving an offering for this shrine. Ranther, you look it over, as, like, there is sort of like the locally understood idea of spirits, which is just sort of like the disembodied forces of a region, of an area. And this appears to be sort of the definition implied here, obviously. But people, you know, in the interest of like safe travel, of good weather, do tend to leave offerings. You're looking it over, and you're a bit more attuned to like sort of the magic of it. And with the context of your research, you begin to suspect there is connection to other kinds of spirits. One of those areas where like one of those like really small little localized overlaps that most people don't realize is a thing. But you have a bit of context.
Context. And my research. He frantically starts writing in his journal of like, religion and spirits, both are the same, maybe connected. And he starts mumbling to himself of just like, they not know of what they pray to. Interesting.
So ominous.
I know.
I legitimately
It's-
legitimately rolled this on the table. I looked at that and I went, well, shit.
Ranthor's gonna be all over that.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I can only think of horrible examples of like sayings, like a fly on.
Mm.
Yeah, I can only think of that horrible one. And I'm like, there's got to be a more eloquent one.
Mm-hmm.
My turn to drag us back into it. Is
Like
anyone else
angel
actually doing
flower.
anything on the rest of the travel? Haha.
It doesn't seem like
Besides-
anything big.
Yeah, Yuri and I were taking a moment to leave offerings and pray at the shrine.
Okay.
Wake probably scares off, like, approaches and, like, scares off the few other random people that are there. Just is like, oh, fucking scurry out of my way.
They do turn and they see the blank masked face of a death priest. And some of them are like, ugh.
Hello. Good day for travel, is it not?
Yes, certainly good. What brings someone like you up this way?
Oh. Just traveling around. As one does.
And there's like there's just a little bit of tension release. It's like, oh, okay, just one of these instances of death priests.
We love the instances of Death Priest.
Oh, I would also like to point out, just for people to keep in mind, y'all haven't seen Wake's face yet.
I'm not asking to see Wake's face yet.
No, I know. Just as a...
I'm scared
What?
to see Wake's face. I'm good.
I think Wake's face
I don't
is
want-
perfectly, like,
I don't want
normal.
Wake to take the mask off and have it be fucking Slenderman face underneath. I will
Here's the
shit
thing is,
myself
I think it's
in game
a
and
normal-
IRL. Sorry.
I think it's a normal face. I just think her taking off the mask would be a very big significant moment because it's a whole Death Priest thing.
Very true.
Just wanted to leave that out there. Because it's one of those, like, I imagine people...
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very excited about this character.
But what were you doing, Mitch?
Nothing. Chilling. Actively not going to the shrine. Just because I'm not interested.
Oh, it just.
I'm like, seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that.
What were the names of these spirits? Sprigs. Right, Sprigs. Sprigs, nature spirits, right, yes. More mumbling.
All right, you're mumbling under your breath.
Yeah.
Yuri and Wake are leaving offerings for the shrine, and Karn is standing aside.
Chilling.
Oh, well. Did Jen die?
No, can you hear me?
We can hear
Hello?
Hear
Jen.
you?
We can hear Jen.
I
Can you hear
Hello?
us?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Moss has died.
Moss cannot hear us, apparently.
Oh. Hello?
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 I can't hear any of you.
We can hear you, though. Yes. That's interesting.
All right.
Jeez.
Quick pause as Mus gets it figured out.
We may be able to attract spirits with similar shrines. Maybe something to look into when we get to this town. I can make my own shrines. Maybe I should try and attract some wind spirits.
Ranthor furiously adding to his research.
Yes. If Ranthor had glasses, they would be like anime, like light reflection, kind of sinister looking, of just like fury, just like haha.
It's the anime like fucking fisheye zoom on the
Like-
face.
Yeah. Or that. Okay.
Oh, the insanity.
That.
Yes. Yeah.
Soul Eater is the one that fucking came up with that shit, by the way.
No. Not that. Of course, not that far.
Are we gonna get a fucking Shao Tucker fucking He'll make his own spirit.
No. No.
Yeah, no, Yuri's just genuinely kind of praying of like, Harry, please protect these people. And us. Please protect us more. Like, we need the help.
Yeah, and you leave those offerings. And there's a sort of a gentle wind at your back. And Wakes, but Moss's.
No, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Whoa.
Oh, what did I miss?
Ranthor rambling about attracting spirits with his own makeshift shrines.
And Yuri praying. / giving
Yeah.
offering.
I heard something small wind.
Yeah, praying at the shrine. Yuri, safe travels, good weather. And there's sort of like the gentle wind at your back, as you do so.
Neat. Alrighty, just one.
Okay.
It was so weird. I heard like Jen say something, and then immediately cut off, and then I heard no one else for a
Air.
moment, and then I was
Something dark side.
and I was like, what the fuck?
Now we could all hear you.
Yeah, I could not. None of you could not hear. Super weird.
That is weird. Even the music bot, out of curiosity?
I think so.
Okay.
I think everyone went kaputs
Okay.
up and fucking died.
Oh, wait, was Ranthor mumbling out loud about the fucking using makeshift shrines to
Yes.
attract spirits?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Yuri, after praying dutifully, turns and's like, that's not how shrines... No, don't do that. That's not how shrines are supposed to be.
I need to check.
That's
That's spirit
not
manipulation.
how they work.
I
It's not
need
that's
to
not
check
how they
and
should
confirm.
work.
I need to check and confirm.
Shrines come from a place of faith.
Belief.
It
Or
accumulates
when it comes to
over time.
shrines, but...
And I believe in spirits, so this is why I must test. If I can gather a bunch of spirits in one place, maybe I'll be able to witness a phenomenon than that. And then it will
Why?
help prove my research is not baloney.
What is your research?
Spirits.
What about them?
They exist. And
Yeah, of course they exist.
I don't think we're on the same page.
We'll point to the shrine. It's like that spirit exists in some capacity. Like if the people around here believe in it enough, it exists.
Do you mean the sprigs?
What?
The nature spirits.
Didn't know they had a name. A name they went by, but
Yes. I believe they're called sprigs.
I mean, that's also just kind of like assuming all of them go by the same title.
Well, it might just be categorization of them. They may take different forms and shapes. It may be more divided than that, but
You're trying to categorize something that is inherently belief and faith-based.
So yeah.
Belief and faith changes.
I mean, spirits, yes. Spirits do that. According to some of my research and that, it may be possible to change how a spirit looks like and operates by belief.
And doesn't that take away their identity by if they've been one thing for so long, you're forcibly believing them into something else?
It might just be in their nature. something
heard
to
a
do with their
question mark at
inherent
the end of
makeup
that.
of just our beliefs, and that is what shaped them themselves. They are this amorphous creature, and what we believe in defines on what they are. And if our perception shifts of them, so do they. Do they retain that information that they had previously or not? I don't know.
Yes.
How do you know?
I just do. Okay?
Tell me how.
I can't.
Y- what can I do?
That's evil.
Do you have a spell on you?
I'm.
No,
Can
I
I?
can't cast magic.
Do you have a spell? Did you have somebody put a spell on you to prevent you? Is somebody forcing this information to be quiet?
No, I meant it's more like I'm just not going to tell you.
Identify.
I excuse me?
I touch Yuri and cast identify. If there's any spells on you, I know what the spells are. I
Well,
know
you
that
know what
their spells
they're.
are.
Yeah, there are. You
That's
know their
something.
class.
If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
What?
Yuri's going to very
Yeah.
much be trying to not let you touch him.
A spell I only think about when I think of magic.
You do have to, hold on.
I know how to touch, and I know it's 1 minute.
So,
Yeah, I
like,
think
you start
Yuri
casting and go to touch Yuri, and Yuri pulls away.
Yuri fucking backs up.
But if there's a spell then preventing you, you can speak freely again. Possibly. We'll know if. At least we can help.
Ranthor, I don't want to tell you.
Why? Why not? For a reason.
That's why you were about to cross my boundaries and cast a spell on me without my consent simply because you think I have knowledge you want. No. Your ambition is toxic.
No, it's not.
Faith is not something you can bend to your. As much as you think it is, it'll continue to elude you. As it has so far.
It's no. I don't think we're talking about the same spirits.
Maybe we're not. But does it really matter at the end? Whatever this is that drives you so hard, it is alienating from everyone around you. And it will continue to alienate from the people you meet. You will end up alone if you do not change your ways. I am not saying to abandon the passion that you have found in this research of yours. Take time to consider that what you do to others has consequences.
Oh, I know that. I know that quite well.
But it seems you are a fool who has not yet learned.
You're interesting.
Thank you.
Yuri has put Wake between him and Ranthor.
I probably during that stood in between, walked to stand in between Ranthor and Yuri, and I will sort of not touch Yuri, but sort of motion to move Yuri ahead of me as we continue to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
I am not being
So
anywhere near
I-
or alone with Ranthor. Oh, thank
I-
you.
I am sorry. I went a little off the handle. I've been
Yes.
alone for 50 years.
Do you think maybe that's because you are talking about enforcing a will onto a creature, sentient thing, and people are a little bit weirded out by that?
No, I'm not forcing my will on anything. I
You said
just
you were trying to make makeshift shrines.
to see if something gets attracted or not.
That is
I don't see
a
how
force
that's
of
bad.
No, it was the follow up of could he enforce his belief onto something and inherently change their
No,
Oh,
I
right. That
never.
part of the
I
conversation.
wasn't saying that I was doing that. I'm saying that the creatures themselves are fickle and getting shaped by all of our beliefs and that.
Okay, the way you were talking made it sound like you wanted to test that out by trying to
No,
believe
what I
hard
wanted
enough.
to-
Okay.
what I wanted to test out is if the spirits would be attracted and if a phenomenon would occur with all the spirits gathered in that area. Whether it happens or not, who knows? I'm saying it seems that these creature, at least in my very, very limited research, it seems that it is believed that these creatures take the form of whatever other people believe in, and that they take on the whims of other things. Basically,
No, we get it.
the people of the world collectively determine what the spirits.
The spirits change to reflect local beliefs.
Yeah,
And
I-
how much that can change is like what
Yeah.
you're getting at.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So people are like religious bees?
I mean, no,
No.
I think
Oh.
it's
I mean,
more.
yes, kinda. You're
I
not
think it's
wrong.
I think it's more akin to, um, you know, you're kind of the product of your environment.
That's true for everyone,
Yeah,
mortal or otherwise.
but
Yeah, but it
more
seems like a bit
so,
extreme
more
for the
so with
spirit.
spirits. So
Intangible religious bees.
I think maybe some spirits can't be touched. I don't know.
Yes.
How do you know?
When I was very young, I saw a wolf die. And
Oh,
it
boy.
left behind something odd. Spirit like, at the very least.
Also, Ranthor, remember that Karn is from a different, if from the other plane
Another plane.
world.
Well, they're connected now.
Yes, but
So,
who knows if the spirits go? Who knows?
I don't think they
Fickle
are.
and
I
odd.
came into this research field when the worlds connected. That was kind of the whole spark of how
Okay, I get you. No, that's my bad. I
came
don't know it
across.
too well.
No, that's fine. You didn't know, as your character shouldn't know.
Yeah, my character saw something spirit like. And it may be
Like,
important.
like
Or it may not.
an
And I'm
orb
lying.
of light.
More like that shadow.
shadow?
Yeah.
I mean, there's Obscura, the spirit of darkness.
Maybe. It may have been a ghost,
What?
something confusable with a spirit, like we've spoken of before, or at least you have to the others.
Hmm.
Me being like, I'm actively reading people's brain.
Well, my first thought, when we were in the cave system with the bandits and that, and then it went dark, and that I thought it was Obscura, the spirit of darkness,
Mm.
doing something.
Hey, Jen, do I know anything about what the fuck he's talking about?
Make a history check.
I knew you were gonna say that. Why did I not build intelligence? Why did I build charisma? Oh wait, I meant to switch charisma to intelligence before we started the campaign, and I fucking forgot. Whatever.
Womp womp.
It's a 10.
No.
Thank you.
No. I meant to switch so I would have a +1, but I forgot to do it before we started, so too late.
it's again the sort of idea of like, to you, spirits are sort of this like amorphous presence, quote unquote, that people.
I mean, I know that there are solid, tangible spirits. This is I don't know that one.
Yeah.
It's trying to think here.
I know more localized ones.
Yeah.
Conceptually.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of the conceptually, you know, more localized ones. Not, but the ones that you know in theory are not the same as what Ranthor is talking about.
Yeah. When I clarifying in character, Ranthor will say, I don't mean specters or ghosts or phantoms.
Yeah, no, I figured that.
Yeah,
Something entirely different.
it's like above table. Above table, there is overlap, but the number of people who actually know that are extremely few.
Yeah, it's like one of those things of conceptually Yuri knows like about like the shrine that we were just at, like, you know, that the belief of people in the area will shape a spirit like being.
Yeah. And like the general definition of spirit is different than like, you know, fucking handy the helping hand from
Handy hamburger.
Uh,
No, but Yuri
Handsome.
will turn to Ranthor and be like, but just so we're clear, don't ever cast a spell on me without first telling me what the fuck you're casting, and two, without asking me.
It was identify. And I did kind of ask, but I was quite brazen with it. I do apologize.
You didn't ask. You were trying to reach out and grab me to cast it.
I did say, can I? And I did
And then
get
did
ahead of
it.
myself. Yeah, can I? And then
there's a big
without
difference
asking.
between asking for permission
Yeah.
and the
Waiting.
cursory.
Saying it.
Yeah, it's a thing of, can I goes to do it, and can I waits for answer and does
Yeah.
it. Yes, I understand.
It's the
Ranthor
parent knocking on the door
understands.
as they enter.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yuri, is it all
Yeah.
right if I cast spells on you if it's in combat or an
I
emergency?
with that stuff, yeah, because it's one of those things of I just don't like spells being cast on me if I don't know what they are. So if you could tell me afterwards, if it's not like if it's something beyond the scope of healing magic, that'd be great.
Of course.
Cool. Yeah, this loops back to the cult stuff I was mentioning. So
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. So sorry.
I accept your apology. You're on thin ice, though, Mr. Ambition.
That's.
Above,
I mean,
above table, I did not even consider what identify would do in this situation. So that is something that is an answer I have to come up with.
Yeah,
that
hence
ever
why it's
happened.
just like, hey, we're not gonna Yuri. Other than the variety of reasons why Yuri is like, no, I thought you need time to figure the fuck out.
I appear to have stumbled upon something.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know.
You did.
I didn't know. No, it's just I figured, oh, there's probably a spell preventing you from saying certain things. That's all. So I'm like, identify will help you with at least identifying that, and at least devising a plan to deal with that. We could at least try greater or lesser restoration to try and help with that or something.
Yeah, no, for reasons above
I
table that
I
I'm
would have
not.
come up with an answer. I would have come up with an answer
Dude,
on the spot, but
here's
that's
the
one of
thing,
those where I
here's the
went,
thing.
"Oh
That's-
shit!"
Yeah, but would
I didn't even realize Identify had that functionality until I was
I
reading.
forgot about that.
would Mesra have had it? Like, is that a spell
Same.
warlocks can get?
So
Yeah.
There's like some
Earth
weird
Warlock?
like kinda depending on the actions they take. Mesra does in fact actually have identify.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why did you have identify?
Jen looking at her own fucking character. Bitch, how the fuck did you get that?
It makes sense that I took it on them, but
No, I do
fuck?
remember you. I'm pretty sure I remember you at least casting Identify once.
Oh, it might be an additional bard spell from Tasha's.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Do you have it? Do you have it? I guess.
I pulled up the character sheet from level 6 character sheet, and I'm staring at it. It is under her second levels.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Wait, no,
because
under
we're
her first
currently
levels.
5th level,
Under her
it's
first
entirely
level.
possible that she would have had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Neat. I apparently stumbled on something, so
Don't.
now I
Thank you,
just.
thank you for
Don't
giving me
worry
something
about
to
I
think about.
don't know about
Don't
this.
worry about
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
come
about
bug
this.
you the second we're done the game.
Yeah.
Me screaming, crying, throwing up in Massachusetts. I wanna be a
We'll
part
just
of
call
the
you on the phone.
3 a.m.
I just
Fascinating.
fucking
We'll just
3 a.m. Oh my god, you. I always forget.
cool.
Yeah, no, above the table, you 100% almost fucking stumbled on something, Seth.
I would have. I wouldn't have
this.
given away the goose with the gander. I would have found a way to like have it make sense without it being like everything on the table.
Oh, absolutely. It's still a pretty big fucking thing.
Oh yeah, it's still like me going, fuck.
How the fuck do I keep on doing this?
I don't know.
I don't
This
know,
has
Apollo
happened.
keeps fucking pushing you in a direction.
Twice, I believe.
It's not a cautious.
It's weird that it's always happened, and at least I like have 100% record for Jenica campaigns.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, it's a small pool, but like still.
Hey Seth, what's your address so I can send you 2 nickels?
Octopus.
You have to admit that was a good one.
That was a good one, boss. No, that was a good one. Yeah, no, for a variety of other reasons, Yuri would not have let Ranthor cast that spell.
Okay. Well, yeah. No.
There's the cult trap.
See, the problem is now Ranthor's been effectively denied and shut down for the foreseeable future, if not indefinitely. So.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. Yuri will continue in the conversation. It's just Yuri's kind of just like pauses and is like, so what motivated you to research spirits?
Well, I was a part of. Oh god. Where the hell is that information? Hold on, give me a sec.
Seth, oh no, I have
All
to
my
dig
information is just around.
dig into the annals of history to find my backstory.
I mean, kind of. I was part of the Priory, or the Priory, yeah, Priory.
Priory?
Priory.
Of Zion.
Priory of the Valley. My eye itched at the same time as I'm trying to read. Of the Valley, and they asked me to do some research for them. I was mainly working on what is it, magical ley lines, and as I was doing the research for the magical ley lines, I well, then the two worlds converged, and when that happened, I started noticing some new things as prior to that, and it came to understand that it was the work of spirits. Insert Mr. Crocker spasm here, honestly.
Fairy godparents!
Yeah. Of spirits.
Fairies!
And so I started looking into them, and
Hi, Chutney.
at least
Stinky.
I don't know how far, but at least somewhat the spirits seem to be somehow connected to the converging of the worlds, and possibly the magical ley lines.
Hmm.
That's cool.
Interesting.
I've
I-
spent most of my life. Oh, sorry.
Oh. I was just going to say I only understood maybe about half of those words.
Me
But
as well.
that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Wake has the little flower decals you see in anime behind them right now.
One of those this is someone who is head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah. That's Wake.
I mean, how the fuck does my bard character have identify?
Maybe because she's a fucking
And she
bard.
did.
Also me.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah,
me.
Bard.
Identify as a bard spell.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so then she wouldn't have it.
No, she would.
Yeah.
Remember, Mesra was a full bard for Moss's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't Moss's game anymore.
Right. But also another iteration of Mesra was multi-classed into bard and warlock.
That's true. And it's
Uh,
a second level spell, so you don't need to be that.
it's a first level.
Oh, shit, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, and Mesra would not be a full warlock either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So,
My left toe.
wait, you were alive when the material twins reconnected?
He did say he
Yep.
was 300 and something.
I was also
325
alive.
years old.
What was that
You were
like?
30.
Chaotic.
Yes. Still but a
Uh,
teen.
Jeez. Comparatively, sure. It was, I mean, kind of uneventful. It kind of was like, oh, hey, the world's coalesced together, and that there was no rumbling, no earthquakes, no weird magical phenomena, weirdness or anything like that. No storms, no nothing like that. It was just like, Oh, and now the worlds are together. Like there was communication happening between the two, and that the two sides, the two worlds, and they've been kind of like testing things for a while, and
Oh,
then they made, you know, like a few delegates, and I
okay.
came through, and that was about it. Please
Oh,
correct me if I've misspoke at all, Jenica.
I mean, my mentor told me that werewolves became before the worlds reconnect. Something about making something about becoming wolves? I don't really remember. There was
Huh.
eco-terrorism involved, though.
M-
Huh.
Maybe a coincidence, not it's correlation, not causation.
Well, this is also on the Adelion side, so
Yeah, fair.
things probably happen different over in Carusia. I don't
Possibly.
know. I wasn't born then. I
Fair.
don't even think my parents were. My grandparents weren't even born then.
Yeah, I'm at least 3 generations old, so yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I will say real quickly, in terms of like, hey, when the reconnection happened, um, largely, yeah, there wasn't like any like big sort of world shattering sort of shit. I think in small
When
pockets were localized.
yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, generally, it was like something like it happened at the academies, um, and then there were like announcements that started going around to each of the major cities and then to the smaller ones. Um, and sort of everyone was kind of just expected to be okay with this fact.
Yeah. It's like, hey, a thing happened. Can't stop it, it already happened.
Nowadays, however, there are some like concerning changes to um like there is more activity in that aspect that people are like, hey, uh-oh, is this a delayed sort of thing? What's happening now?
Mm, yeah.
Which is what we're sort of seeing, like
Yeah, with the
reports of
weird
the
ass
dead
storms
and
and dead,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Um the weather has been sort of fucky over the oceans and in the air in general, but
Hmm.
it has started creeping more over inland, um which does not bode well. Uh
Yep.
No, it
more
doesn't.
more instances of like undead, more weird shit is starting to happen in various parts of both world that people are like that there's a lot of speculation that it might be a delayed sort of reaction to the
I,
worlds
I,
beginning to mix.
yeah. Ranthor will just have the odd thought of like, so two worlds connected. Did two moons connect as well? And
No, no, they're different planes. Like it's a. From what I understand, they're like overlapping but separate. So
like a
we
ham
have our own
sandwich.
moons, like two sides of a coin, kind
yeah,
of.
but
Like our moons are different. Like we're not like the.
we didn't gain an extra moon in the
Did we?
process,
I
right?
think I don't know if there's actually a concrete answer. I think that has been one of the things that has been plaguing the academic world of, do we have two separate moons or are these the exact same moons? Do we have we just been sharing moon all the whole time? Um I don't think there's
Like,
a
is the
concrete
universe? Is
answer.
it like different planets? It's like, is it just the planets that overlap, or is it the whole galaxy that overlap? Like, I guess if it was like a whole, it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of
no,
those. It's one of those. There's no concrete answer, because I would imagine that has driven some academics to the point of near insanity.
Yeah.
Because
No,
that's not really an answer someone's gonna find within 100 years.
yeah, true. I mean, like, the other thing is, like, weather starts getting weird, and that it's like, what's up with the moon?
Yeah,
Like,
there's still a lot.
inexplicably.
There's still a lot to be researched and uncovered about how the worlds connect, whether they are like two separate planets, or they are just like offset planes, or what. And some of those questions involve like, are the stars we see the same? Or is the moon we have the same? Is the sun
I
we
will
know the same?
I will ask the residents on the other side, how many moons you got? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
We only have 1, right? Jenica?
I imagine Garisha also had 2.
I think they both
Maybe.
have two.
They both have 2.
Although I am
Okay.
not gonna lie, I kind of like the idea that one world has one moon and one world has two.
Holy
As a result,
Trinity.
That's sick as fuck.
and the
That's
and so it's and so again in the academic world, it's like, have we been sharing one of the moons, and the other moon is yours alone? Why the hell do you have a second moon and we don't?
Is
And
it
then
really
also-
a
Give
moon?
it.
Yeah.
Also, the
is it
crazy
really a moon?
question of
Give me
is
the moon.
Is the crazy question also someone has proposed? Is the one moon that both worlds share just plane shifting rapidly between?
Yeah.
Just kind
So
of
it's
like
like-
an electron going between two energy energy
my
levels of just
God.
constantly
gods.
going back and forth.
Yeah.
One of the
Oh,
gods just has a grip on the moon. Both worlds share, and it's just like shaking it violently, constantly,
Time,
like a
that's what
jake
Time
wave.
Walker's been doing this entire time, has just been rapidly placing the moon.
But yeah, the implications of there being two moons in one world and one in the other, is a part of the confusion, like of the two worlds mixing. Is like, why the hell does one world have two and one world have one? Is that second moon really a moon, or did something happen to it in our side to make it disappear?
Can't believe we blew up the moon.
Who's
I'm
to
going to
say
steal
their
the
second moon is an actual moon?
Yeah.
Our moon's real. Fuck you. Yours is fake.
I
You
mean,
have
at
two
least one
fake
of them
moons.
is.
I would say we have
L.
the real moons.
Oh, yeah.
What world would have one moon? That just doesn't make any sense.
I would imagine
Dead to me.
that at least 2 residents who came over here before the weather got super fucky, and that the weather was probably a lot calmer. I don't know exactly the implications of 2 moons on planet, but knowing about what I do about a moon and what its effect on the world is on a whole, I would believe that it be a lot calmer in terms of weather and tides and that.
No, Yuri just at Wake's comment is just like,
That's actually
just
true.
thinks the Tidewalker liked this more because it trusted us to have one moon instead of 2. Clearly.
I think that's false. I think Tidewalker trusted Adelion to have 2 moons because
No, because that means Adelion needed an extra babysitter. Oh my god, wait, what if the Tidewalker's in your second moon?
Oh.
How would a god fit in a moon?
God can make themselves into
Magic?
any form.
BRB writing the lore of the second moon into my plot for this game. I'm about to bust this shit wide open.
But
Just-
the Tidewalker is dead.
Adding red string and a cork board to my fucking Amazon wish list.
You have
Yeah.
a corkboard right in front of me.
This is eerily similar to Campaign 2, which then leads to Campaign
We are
3
going
for
to the
Critical Role.
moon, motherfuckers! I'm joking.
God, it's the joke from Critical Role of Ford is an alien from the moon.
Look, there was a video that came out in during campaign 2 where someone was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
here's my theory of we're going to the moon." And I went into that video thinking, "Oh, haha, sure." And I came out of it going, "We're going to the fucking moon."
And
That
they
was a
did
very
in
compelling
Campaign
video.
3. And they did in Campaign 3.
Yeah.
But fuck Critical Role. We're not talking about them right now.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're going back. We're pulling it back into this game.
They're better.
We're better. Yes,
Okay.
we are. We are better.
Kevin, shout out to Amazon.
So yeah, I would assume that the weather here would have been a hell of a lot nicer comparatively to
Not from what I've seen.
uh, at least 100 years ago.
No, it's still very dangerous to travel by ocean.
Now,
I don't think that's changed at all.
Like, wait,
Uh,
like here it was fine until the worlds collided.
yeah,
Wait, hold on. I thought.
I don't think
Delion
the
has 2
weather
moons. 2 moons
went.
would fuck with the weather.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it's creator brain to creator brain, Jen.
Yep.
Sorry.
What's up?
I thought both worlds had mega fucky air and water travel.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've always had
yes.
mega fucky
Part of
air
that.
and water
Part of
travel
that
before-
is because the major reason that it is believed to be that way is because the sunbird and the tidewalker are elementals, are like primordial elementals turned creator gods. So they have like a very real effect on elements and magic in the world. And
Okay, so the reconnection didn't make Kairosha's weather worse.
as of right now, 100 years after the fact, that is debatable. As in the bad weather that sits over ocean and air is maybe creeping onto land.
Okay.
But then the same thing would be also for Adelion.
Yes, exactly.
Like both worlds are having this problem.
Yeah.
But
There's
both worlds have always had bad weather problems.
Yeah.
They are just getting worse though.
yeah. Because the sunbird rules over like fire and air, and the tidewalker over water and earth. Sort of, if we do sort of the classic fantasy 4 elements.
Yeah.
So the tidewalker being gone causes sea weather to be bad, causes the sea to be dangerous, and the sunbird being gone causes air to be dangerous. But that is usually localized over the oceans, which is why sea travel and airship travel are very expensive, prohibitively so, because the people who run those ships, who run those travels, have to pay for protections on their ship, or they have to pay for mages who have the ability to control weather.
Oh yeah, I remember us talking about this.
Yes.
Holy shit! Because I brought up fucking
didn't
Zeppelin.
realize it was a thing from before the worlds connected, and that I thought
it is still a thing after the worlds have connected. It's one of those like, weather might change an instant over land, but it's nothing like always dangerous. And so one world might be more prone to sort of sudden weather shifts than the other. But for both worlds, universally, air and ship travel is prohibitively expensive.
Got it.
Particularly for long distances. Short coastal hops are much easier to manage.
Yeah.
But yeah, like longer continent to continent travel is expensive as shit.
Got it. Okay.
We can to sort of play into your role play of like, oh, one world might have calmer weather. Is that one world might have more stable weather patterns over land than the other.
Okay.
And a lot of it
Alright.
also determines like whether it's a temperate region or a coastal or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But generally, as of over the last 100 years or so, a lot of that dangerous weather overseas has been creeping further and further inland.
Mm.
So there is evidence that hurricanes and like floodwaters are more common in coastal areas and coastal villages, or those particularly low, like even if they're landlocked, if they're fairly close to sea level, there's some evidence of like there's problems there.
Okay.
And that is theorized to be a result of like, after 100 years and sort of the magic of the two worlds mixing is starting to cause a problem.
Mm. Nothing's quite yet settled. Yeah.
Yeah. Which in a new world where people are a little bit nervous about sort of the fact that there's a second world all of a sudden, some people are like, "Hey, look, this is evidence why this shouldn't have happened. Let's close the portals and forget this ever happened." Because some people are
Yeah.
respond to that sort of thing with fear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad we had this conversation because this is nice world building.
Very much so.
Okay, so
I can't believe a lot of that we got out of that is we're going to steal your moon. No, the fuck you aren't.
apparently, yeah.
God, I like roleplay.
Harry's actively fucking plotting to steal food.
No.
All right,
Yes.
crew.
You can't take the warden's other eye. That's me.
What the fuck did you just say?
Oh,
Oh, who?
right.
I think I walk away.
No, I like
I'm
kind of like
that's
not
enough
without
for me,
touching, but I'm just like, no,
actually.
Card, you're the other person. You have to fucking be no.
You can deal with this. Not my problem. Not my
No!
conversation. I was invited.
I
I
was
can
I'm
remove my
out
own invite
voluntelling
if
you.
I want.
I'm fine.
I assume it's some sort of folklore, or
Supposedly.
Nope, I'm out. Nope, I can't deal with that. That's creepy. Nope, no. I just find to follow us after Card.
Okay, bye. I guess I'll just tell you, Ranthor. It's said in the beginning when the worlds were made, although this is a little bit heretical to say. But I'm a little more flexible with the belief of the Tidewalker and the Sun. That the two moons in the sky over Adelion are actually the Tidewalker's eyes.
okay. So
That's really it.
okay. So they're constantly watching over.
Yes. I don't think they're actually made out of eyeball, because that's gross and a little scary to think about.
Hmm.
But
Metaphorical
it's
sense,
probably, yeah, I think it's just metaphorical.
or some sort of like personification of the Tidewalker.
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
not to
really
shake up
know.
your beliefs entirely, but either your lane of existence slash world went through something. Well, I mean, technically, it does stand to reason that your world went through different things than our world, and that considering the fact that you relied more heavily on magic than we did.
That is very
So
strange.
maybe maybe that resulted in you guys having a second moon for that reason. Who's to say?
It's like actually a good.
I don't really
Uh,
potentially, but I didn't do very well in history while I was in the temple. So
Hmm.
I don't really know.
I mean, fair.
Also,
It's just
it wasn't really. We didn't really talk about the wardens. There was mention of them, of course, in scripture. But again, speaking about them in a larger capacity was considered heretical in nature. Well, it's
so
still heretical in nature, of course.
okay. So let me get this straight. Uh, you were taught about them, but anything other than the teaching of them and what they did was deemed as taboo.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I
aware of their
mean,
existence, but they abandoned, well, both worlds, I suppose. They're gone now.
are they are they often talked about in a like favorable light?
No, not at all.
Okay. So
As
that also probably has stuff to do with that.
the most, I suppose, neutral light that they are spoken of is in an academic and cautionary sense.
Okay.
But worship is prohibited throughout Adelion and many parts of Kairosia, from what I've seen.
Mm. Hear me out and don't, you know, I don't mean to be disrespectful in that, but say somebody got overly ambitious and was like, hey, Tidewalker, moon, symbol of moon, and that, let's see if I can make a moon. And they succeeded, and Tidewalker was like, I'm not having any of that. And out of solidarity, the sun
The
deity,
sunbird?
the sunbird, walked out in solidarity with them.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hmm.
As good as theory as any, I suppose. But it is just a theory, not based on
Oh yeah,
contextual facts.
yeah. No, it's
Gained.
complete conjecture. It's it's like I could see this happening.
Well, it does seem strange to me that the outlaw of the worship for the wardens. I minced my words. 1 second. That happens sometimes.
Mhm.
It seemed strange to me that worship of the wardens was outlawed in both worlds, which acknowledged both of them at some point.
Hmm. Okay. Or possibly Tidewalker and the Sunbird went through a messy divorce, and well, hey,
Realistic.
I want to take the world. I want to take the world.
Neither of
We'll
them
make
got
our own worlds
neither
in the
of them
same
got
place.
custody. I don't know if that works because I feel like there would still be evidence of them around. So if that were the case and they got a divorce, that means someone else has custody of us.
I mean,
I
maybe it's
hate
a joint
that.
custody with visitation rights. I don't know.
Someone hit me with a fucking car, please.
Yuri is encapsulating that face right now while walking next to Car and is just like,
What face?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
Thank you
Like,
for remembering.
just joint
Yeah.
custody with
hmm
visitation rights? That possibly? I don't know. That's why, possibly why, freaking Delion has 2 moons is because Tidewalker got that world, and then Sunbird only got did 1 moon for Kairoshi. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do we have 2 suns?
No.
Jenica?
We do not.
Who's
Ma?
to say that we
No.
don't
We
have
don't.
2
There's-
suns and they don't just orbit in a way that we haven't noticed yet?
No.
No,
As-
I don't think
as
This is not a
You should
two-star
just
system.
straight up.
possible.
This is not a fucked up Tatooine, okay? This is
But I do genuinely ask, 2 suns in Kairoshi?
No, there is not a 2-star system. There are not 2 suns.
Okay. K. It'd be interesting if it was like flipped of like, oh, they have the 2 moons, but we have the 2 suns.
Yeah. What I think the fact that there is 1 sun further adds to confusion where it's like
Okay, yeah.
where it's like people are like, is this the same sun? What the fuck is going on?
All right, fair, got it. Awesome. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
maybe maybe the Sunbird was more pragmatic when he
Maybe.
created this world.
I'm afraid I wasn't there, so I can't ask.
Neither was I.
That's a shame.
This might be the part where I cut in and say that
Fair enough.
that
the weird.
It's just like, how much fucking longer? How are we walking in the same place yet without walking in the same place?
I was gonna say I'm gonna cut in. I'm gonna cut in and be like, this is about the time when you guys can reach Garenwell, and also
Okay.
the time where I can call the session.
Yeah.
Truly, this has been incredibly entertaining to just let you guys go with
We'll
roleplay.
manhandle a 3.5 2-hour session.
2 hours.
2.5 2-hour session out
Of
of
goofy
nothing.
ass roleplay.
I mean,
Of goofy ass fucking roleplay.
But
no,
Great
I just-
goofing.
I've been fucking. This has been great.
this has been. This is one of my favorite moments of D&D is like everybody getting into character and then like, what if we roleplayed? What if we asked these questions? And what if we took them seriously and then just ran away
Kept
with
keep
it?
going.
What if we took these dumbass questions so seriously?
It's
No,
just
'cause, like,
the
The last thing Wake was gonna say is, if you wanted these questions answered, you're gonna have to find a priest of the Tidewalker,
good luck with
which
that.
would probably
I-
which would probably
yeah.
be impossible because they're killed almost instantly. If found.
Yeah, that's fair.
Part of the outlawed heretical nature of surrounding this religion.
I do love that I continue to add to the lore in my own little special way.
It's just one of those you gotta
You truly
understand.
do.
You gotta understand, Seth. That
Yeah.
you're throwing these theories out, and about 75% of these theories are actually really fucking close.
They're really fucking close.
75% of them,
No
and then you hit
idea.
me with the messy divorce, and I had to catch my breath.
You probably heard me fucking like laugh because holy
Yes.
fuck, that's so funny.
But hold on.
What else am I to say that is like, gods dispute every so often. There's supposed to be like these primordial beings that are like responsible for the world. They could butt heads so much that they're like, you know what? We need to go our separate ways. But we also can't go fully our separate ways because of higher
Things.
entities than us. And that they're like, okay, so we can't fully separate. We'll kind of sort of separate. We'll still occupy the same space. But
I I am gonna really quickly pull us in so I can as you guys reach Garenwell, let me do a description of Garenwell, and I will call it there. But let me just really quickly.
okay.
That's not what the thing I want to use. I need to get a town map for this. I don't have one because what I have in mind is hard to find a map for. But as you approach, the wall of Garenwell, Garenwell itself is a long but somewhat narrow town. It stretches across the landscape to bridge the northern and southern coasts, ensuring that all traffic between the continents must pass through the city. On the Sauna's side, as you approach, a thick palisade of logs stands at attention, with a guarded gate open to let the flow of people through. On the other side, standing between it and the desert, a stone wall weathered by wind, dust, and sun keeps the sand from spilling into the streets. Many of the administrative buildings are tucked in the shade of the stone sentry, where the oldest buildings are built of a dark stone. From there, buildings gradually turn to newer, stouter structures of wood and plaster. It takes very little time to cross the city east to west, but every road inevitably crosses Garen's Canal, the man-made passage for which the town is named. This allows specifically ships traveling south to north. On the opposite side of Arview's Rest, there is another town in a very similar situation that allows ships to pass north to south.
Oh, like a Panama Canal sort of situation.
Yeah. That way, because otherwise, ships have to travel completely around either Saunas or around Dragari. Not ideal. But, on either side of this canal is a busy thoroughfare of market stalls, local shops, taverns for the thirsty, and inns for the weary. This is primarily where much of the city, where money is changed hands, and the economy flows.
Okay.
As you guys arrive in Garenwell, this is a good place to end it, as it is 11:43 for us East Coast people.
No, very fair.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, and that puts us at about 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Ikiki.
I mean, it was productive.
That felt longer.
It did.
That felt
It
like
did.
a full session, not gonna lie.
I mean,
That was kind of nice.
And
when you're
genuinely,
shooting the pit.
yeah, and genuinely, a lot, like, we got some really cool world building worked into here with the role play.
Yeah.
Had a character conflict that was then also resolved.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
It
ahead
was
and
good.
stop the recording.